Hey there, today we are comparing Pikzels versus ChatGPT versus VidIQ to find out which AI tool is actually the best one to create YouTube thumbnails. Whether you want speed, control, or all-in-one features, this breakdown will help you decide the right one. There are going to be 3 simple tests to determine which one of these is going to be the best AI thumbnail generator. So let's dive in. The links are in the description for you to follow along with this tutorial. For our first test, we're keeping things simple, just the basic thumbnail generation comparison. We'll evaluate the output quality, generation speed, and I'll also share my thoughts at the end of each generated output. We'll be using the same 3 prompts that I'm going to show you on screen on all of these 3 AI image generators to test them out. Let's start with Pikzels and try out a first prompt. A dramatic F1 crash. I've also added a line asking it to include some text. Here's what it came up with. It added the text nicely on the left, and overall thumbnail looks great. If you are not satisfied, you can hit the redo button. But keep in mind, this usually just slightly tweaks the original result. So if it still doesn't feel right, I recommend re-entering the entire prompt again from scratch to get a completely fresh image. Next up is a second prompt, Sonic the Hedgehog, running towards the camera through a golden ring. I asked for a more realistic style, so here's what we got. Look at that detail. Seriously impressive. Can you imagine making something like this in Photoshop from scratch? This kind of thumbnail would be perfect for game theory or a retro gaming channel. What do you think? Now for something a little more creative and creepy actually. The third prompt is submerged McDonald's with a person pointing towards it. And yes, Ronald McDonald is still inside, menacingly watching you. I've clearly been watching a lot of horror movies lately. Anyway, here's the result. Ooh, that's eerie, but in a good way actually. It totally nails that mysterious, unsettling vibe. Looks awesome. Next up is VidIQ Thumbnail Maker. Let's test it out. So log into VidIQ and then in Dashboard, hover on the Create on left-hand side and select Thumbnail Generator. Now on the bottom, you're going to find a prompt bar. Let's start with the first prompt. Let's take this F1 crash prompt and simply insert it on this bottom bar. Wait for a few seconds and there you go. This looks amazing. This seems better than Pikzels, to be honest with you. Now let's try our prompts to generate a Sonic thumbnail. Insert and generate. Alright, looks good, but not that impressive. Compared to Pikzels, it kind of looks a bit off, don't you think? Alright, let's try prompt 3 to generate our McDonald's creepy thumbnail. Type it in and generate. Okay, I wouldn't say it's amazing, but works. Compared to the F1 thumbnail we generated just now, both of these other thumbnails feels a bit off. Don't you think? Let me know in the comments. Now time for ChatGPT to shine. Or will it fail? Only time will tell. Go over to sora.chatgpt.com and then on the bottom prompt bar, type in a first F1 crash prompt. Then simply click on Generate button. Nice, it's the best one out of all 3 generators. It added that dramatic lighting as well, which looks great. Next up, let's try the second prompt of Sonic the Hedgehog and see the output. You know, I had to wait 30 minutes for this. Sometimes ChatGPT can take a few seconds, sometimes it can take almost 30 minutes to get the output. So yeah, again, a nice output. This is comparable to Pikzels AI, much better than VidIQ for sure. Now time for the third prompt, the MACD one. Insert it and let's see the output. Okay, this one took less than 1 minute and looks great. I asked for a hand pointing towards the MACD, but in this image, it just feels like someone else is pointing and not the person on scene. Still looks creepy and great output. And you can see that Ronald McDonald's is literally very creepy in this image. Of course, better than VidIQ for sure. But ChatGPT and Pikzels, I can say they are both very comparable to each other. Now let's compare the thumbnail generation speed and let's test out which one of these 3 AI thumbnail generator is the fastest one. VidIQ is the fastest one out of the 3 at 25 seconds. Pikzels is second with 1 minute 1 second generation time. As for ChatGPT, it took 1 minute 17 seconds. Now in my testing, you may see different results for ChatGPT at least. Sometimes it can take 30 seconds like I told you before. Sometimes it can take up to 30 minutes to get the output. Now for the second test, let's test out the editing capabilities of all three of these platforms. Let's get to it. All right, let's test out the editing capabilities of Pikzels first. And I've used this third prompt that we did, and this is what it has generated. Now I'm going to click here to edit. It's going to take in 10 credits each time you edit something inside the thumbnail. So I'm going to click here. Now on the left hand side, you've got a rectangle selection and brush selection. So I'm going to use the brush selection for this. Both of these work. It's just to select a part on thumbnail, and then you can edit, remove, or replace by typing something here. So let's make her wear a McDonald's cap. So I'm going to draw like this. I hope this much space is enough to render a cap. So on the bottom, I'm going to type in just a simple prompt, add a McDonald's cap. Let's click here to generate. There you go. It has now added a McDonald's cap on top of a head. Now what I'm going to do is edit again and add goggles here. So let's click here to edit and let's draw over this area. And on the bottom, I'm going to type in add red goggles. Let's click here to generate. All right, there you go. We have now added these red goggles on her face. And just like that, I also tried using this prompt over here, a man underwater on the right, pointing towards a shark, swimming next to a submerged McDonald's restaurant. This is another one of these generated images. And what I tried to do is edit and create rusted steel chains wrapped around his body. So you need to edit here and draw over this part. And this is what it has created with this prompt. It looks really nice. Then I also said to add a McDonald's cap, and this is what it has created. Looks really cool as well. All right, now let's test out the editing capabilities of VidIQ AI thumbnail maker. So over here, I've generated with that first prompt, these 3 thumbnails. I like this one. Click over here on each of these thumbnails. And then like you do in Canva, you can put a text on the thumbnail. Like for example, if I click here, it's going to add a text. Then you can click here to edit, or you could double click as well to edit this text, move it around. There's a style, so you can click on it, and then you can check out these text styles. So you can click here to change the text style. I've typed in Y here and it has made like this. I can click on style on the bottom to change it to something like this over here. Click on it and that's it. If you want, you can duplicate this by clicking on this duplicate button. And you can also delete this by clicking on that delete button. Now, if you want to erase something in this thumbnail, you could click on here to erase it. Let's erase the text on here. Just draw over it. And then click on erase. If you want to clear the selection, you can press on this button to clear it. You can also decrease or increase the size of the brush. And once you're ready, just click here to erase. And it's currently erasing. And there you go. It has now erased that text from a thumbnail. Now I can put this over here, increase the size or decrease it by clicking on these corners and dragging it up or down. And now I have edited this to have the same text as before. Now let's click here to close it. We've got stickers, so we can add arrows. Let's click this to add an arrow, like this. You can also insert an object by clicking on this over here to insert an image. For example, let's say I insert this Power Toys PNG file, and there you go. Now don't expect the inserted images to match the lighting of the thumbnail. So it's going to look out of place. You can also click and rotate your stickers like this, or your inserted image. You also have got the capability to remove the background, flip, horizontal, vertical, move upward or forward. So I can click here, I can click and drag it over here. If I want this to bring forward and want this to be at the back, I can just click on this, our text, and move it forward like this. And now our inserted image is behind this text layer. Now I'm going to delete this Power Toys PNG that we added and also this sticker. What if I want to add something inside it with AI? You could do that. You can click here to refine it, and then you can describe the changes that you want. And when I click on this describe any changes you'd like to edit, this field is going to give us some suggestions. Add debris to the track, change driver's facial expression, or add smoke to the wreckage. Let's click here to add smoke to the wreckage. Let's click here to make changes. And there you go. But what happens is that when we do it, it's going to bring back that text over here. So you need to again erase that text by clicking on this eraser button. Also, one more thing that I've found is when you try to add something like you do on Pikzels with this refine button, it kind of messes up with the text that is on the thumbnail. For example, if you look at this first one, you can see that this text is barely visible, but still readable. Like this is font story, something like that. And this text as well. And when we look at this refined thumbnail, you can see that it messes up the text, both of these text over here. So that's one thing that I do not like about this, but it does add things to the thumbnail like we do on Pikzels. Another thing that I do not like about this is that I cannot select a particular part on the thumbnail like we do on Pikzels. So I cannot draw over this guy's head and say, okay, remove the helmet from the guy's head. You cannot do that. I think that's the reason why the fonts get disturbed, because we are editing all over the thumbnail by giving it a prompt. If we have the capability to just draw over the person to remove him, that would not mess up the font and the other parts of the thumbnail. They should implement this feature, but because it messes up the thumbnail, I'm not going to recommend it. So that's the editing capability of VidIQ. All right, finally time for ChatGPT Sora AI. We are going to test out the editing capabilities of it. So I'm going to use this one over here. What I've done is I've used MrBeast's thumbnail and recreated it using the remix feature by clicking over here on the plus icon and uploading the image from the device. And over here, I've just typed in recreate this image in the prompt bar. So let's click on this image over here. And on the bottom, you've got remix. Let's click here to remix it. The best part about ChatGPT is that it does really good output. Also, you've got the capability to draw over a part on thumbnail to do precise editing. For example, I'm going to draw over here. Just like on Pikzels, I can draw over this part. And I can say on the bottom to add an airplane like this, and then click on remix on the bottom right. And there you go. It has now added an airplane over the part where we have selected. It looks great, and you can see all the 4 variations. Now let's click here on the 4th one, and let's try out adding rusted steel chains wrapped around his body. So let's click here on remix and draw over here like this. Then on the bottom, let's describe in add rusted steel chains wrapped around his body, and let's click here on remix on the bottom right. And that looks awesome. It has now added these rusted steel chains around his body. This one looks great. This also looks great. This one has a little glitch over here, but this one looks perfect. And that's the editing capability of ChatGPT. Finally, for the 3rd test, we're going to try out the recreation and face swap capabilities of all of these 3 AI thumbnail generators. We are going to take a MrBeast thumbnail and recreate it, put our own face on top of it, that's called Faceswap, and see which one of these is the best one. Alright, first the recreation and Faceswap capability of Pikzels. Let's test it out. So what I'm going to do is go over to MrBeast YouTube channel, and with this VidIQ extension, on one of his videos, I'm going to download this thumbnail to recreate it. The best part about VidIQ extension is that you can also check out their other thumbnails that they have uploaded, but they are not going to use them. But I'm going to use this one and recreate it. So just click here to download the thumbnail. Now let's go over to Pikzels and click on recreate button. That's next second button. you could either upload that thumbnail, or you could just go over to link, take that link of the YouTube video, put it over here. Now for the personas, you can use the persona right now. I'm going to show you how to create persona as well, but I'm not going to do it right away. I'm going to click here to generate it first. All right, so this is what it has recreated based on this thumbnail that we gave it. Looks great. Now you can edit to put something behind, like a dinosaur or something. But what we are going to do is use the Faceswap feature. Now, in order to use it, you first need to create a persona. So click over here on persona. They've already got this demo for us to test out, but I'm going to create my own. So click here on create and then name your persona and then upload at least 10 of your images. It should be high quality images from different angles of your face. You could use your iPhone, which has a good quality camera on it, or you could use a professional camera to take your pictures. Once you've done it, just put it over here and click on generate. It's going to take in 200 credits. I'm going to click on close. I've already generated 2 of these, so I'm going to use this one. So click here on Faceswap. It's going to take in 3 credits. You could either use brush selection and brush over your face, or you could just use this rectangle selection, which is great. Just use this one and click and drag so that you can select this part of the thumbnail, which has the face in it. Now on the bottom, I'm going to select this personas and then select this first one that I've added. Let's also draw over this neck part and click on generate. All right, there you go. It has now added a face on top of this thumbnail. Looks great. And that's the recreation and Faceswap capabilities of Pikzels AI. Now let's test out VidIQ, the Faceswap and recreation capabilities. So what we need to do is go over here on the bottom, this prompt bar, and here, faces and objects, we need to click here and upload a headshot like this. It could be without the background, but it's going to just remove that background for you once it uploads. Just upload and then select the one that you have uploaded. Now next to it, we've got reference. We need to click on it. Now this is reference thumbnail. So you need to find the thumbnail that you want to recreate. For example, I'm going to search for Mr. Beast again. And over here, I'm going to find the same thumbnail that I used on Pikzels. So click here and continue. Now we have got both the face and the reference image added. Now here, I'm just going to type in recreate the reference image. Let's click here to create it. Now you may be wondering why I did not just use reference first and added the face later, like I did in Pikzels. The thing is, you cannot do it in VidIQ. You could do a reference, but then you would not be able to add the face later on. So that's why I added the face here. Now, one more thing that I do not like about this Faceswap feature is that it just adds our face image as is. It does not change it based on the thumbnail. Like it's not going to look to the left or right like we did in Pikzels. Over here, it added the face with the shock expression and all. But in VidIQ, it just adds the face image as is. Now, the good part is that I can click on here and select our face, move it till this point and lower it down, add it somewhere over here, and then click on make changes. And what it's going to do is completely change the thumbnail and add my whole body back. Now you can look at this image. It looks much, much better than this first one. It also changed the location of this skeleton and the hand over here. It just looks much better. Now you can add text to it like this, change it in a different style, place it around here or somewhere else, rotate it, and then you could use the sticker for an arrow. And there you go. This looks so much better than this one. So that's what I wanted to say, that you can change your entire thumbnail by just clicking on this small part that it has added and moving it around, which I think is a really neat feature, which I have not found in the other 2 AI thumbnail generators. And just like that, I also changed on this thumbnail. This is the same thumbnail, it just made it look a bit different. And here I also added a dinosaur in the background. with be aware over here on top of skull and an arrow that is pointing to the dinosaur. This also looks great. And that's it. This is the face swap and recreation capability of VidIQ AI thumbnail maker. Finally, let's test out ChatGPT Sora AI recreation and face swap capabilities. On the bottom, in this prompt bar, I'm going to click on this plus button and then upload from device. Click on all of these to agree to media upload agreement. Then click on accept. Now upload this image that we got from VidIQ and it's going to be uploaded over here. What I did was I go over here in YouTube and on here I've got this image, the thumbnail from Mr. Beast. So you just need to go to any of his videos and then need to install this VidIQ extension, which is available on Chrome Web Store. You need to log into VidIQ and then refresh this video, and then on the right hand side you're going to find the thumbnail. The best part about it, again, is that you see other thumbnails that they have uploaded. So you can take them because they're no longer using it. But I'm going to use this one. I've already downloaded it. Go back to Sora. And over here, I'm going to type in recreate this image. And on the bottom right, click on remix. All right, so this is what it has recreated based on this thumbnail. Looks awesome. Now I'm going to use this one. Click on it. And do a remix, draw over the face like this, just like we did on Pikzels, and include this neck part as well. Now in the prompt bar, I'm going to click on plus icon, upload from device, add your face image here, your headshot image, and then on the bottom, type in Faceswap. Going to click on remix on the bottom right, and let's see what it does. All right, it has now face swapped my face on the thumbnail. Some of them looks weird, like this one. And this one. This looks fine and this also looks fine, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure if it looks like me. Check out this image that I've added in, and based on this, I'm really not sure if it looks like me or not, but let me know in the comments what you think about it. So yeah, that's it. That's the recreation and face swap capabilities of ChatGPT. All right, if we compare all three of these tools for simple thumbnail generation, I'll put Pikzels at first with the fastest output and great quality. VidIQ on second, even though it has fast output, but the quality is a so-so, right? The reason for putting ChatGPT at third and giving low rating is simple. I cannot generate a 16:9 thumbnail out of it. I need a 16:9 thumbnail for putting it on YouTube, right? So it defeats that purpose completely. I need to go over to Canva and then you need to edit stuff around in order to make it compatible to upload on YouTube. Best it generates is 1536 into 1024 pixels wide, which is a total bummer considering that it matches the quality of output of Pikzels. If they fix it, I would consider putting it on second. But for now, Pikzels is the clear winner of simple thumbnail generation. And for editing the thumbnails, Pikzels is again the best one out there, and it's ahead with amazing editing capabilities. You could ask to add text on thumbnail, face swap your own face on top of it, add any object in the thumbnail, etc. And it matches with the scene. The lighting and everything, it matches with the scene perfectly. It's simply amazing. VidIQ falls short here. You can edit, but again, it just messes up the other text-based objects on the thumbnail. You could also see the blurriness after you edit, like I showed you before. So that's not good at all. You can put stuff manually in it, which is great. But if you've got Canva or Adobe Express, you can do the similar thing over there as well. You just need to download that thumbnail and then you take it over there in Canva or Adobe Express, and then you can put arrows, magic rays, and a lot more inside it. Now for ChatGPT, it does great, matches the quality of Pikzels in editing. But again, the only problem I see right now is the format, which should be 16:9 actually. So it's not 16:9, it's like 3:2. And I've already told you the size before. And I hope they fix it because that's the main problem I have with it. They should export in 16:9 format as well. In Sora AI, you can export the video in 16:9 format. Then why not can we export a simple image in 16:9 format? That's something which I don't understand actually. Finally, the recreation and face swap capabilities. We took a Mr. Beast thumbnail to recreate it and do a face swap on. Pikzels is again the best one here. You could literally create a persona like I showed you before, and it does a great job on it. VidIQ, on the other hand, is good with recreational capabilities, but Faceswap, on the other hand, not so much. You get simply the face that you put inserted in, but the best part, if you move the face, it recreates the thumbnail elements to match it, even matches the lighting in the thumbnail, which is simply amazing, and it's a cool feature. I've not found it in the other two AI thumbnail generators. ChatGPT also messes up the fake swap, and the recreation is a bit off in my opinion. Although you see it recreate nicely in this tutorial, in my opinion, it's a bit off still. It feels like 100% recreate instead of changing things in the thumbnail. And Pikzels is definitely the winner here as well. Now let's talk about pricing. You can generate up to 5 images for free with Watermark, and after that you need to pay for one of these paid plans that I'm showing you on screen. I would highly suggest you to go for the premium or the unlimited plan. Avoid standard plan, don't take it, it's just not worth it. As with standard, you lose control over your thumbnails, can't edit, face swap or recreate, and a lot more. So it's just not worth it to get the standard plan. Instead, you could just go for ChatGPT free plan. You at least can recreate and stuff inside it. As for ChatGPT, it's free to use. If you use the ChatGPT version instead of Sora AI, you can generate up to 3 images every time. I think it's 3 or 4, and then it gives you like a pause before you can generate again. But with Sora AI, I found that you can generate only 3 images per day, and after that you need to wait for it. So with every generation, you can get 4 variations, which is great. You ultimately end up getting 12 images, so 3 images and 4 variations of each of them. Pricing is $20 to upgrade to the Plus plan, with which you'll be able to generate 50 images per 3 hours. After that time limit, you'll be able to generate again. Finally, let's talk about VidIQ. On VidIQ, they've got these 2 plans, Pro and Boost. I'm on the Pro plan, so I get the ability to do 10 video ideas, 10 thumbnail generations, and 10 keyword research. Now, if you upgrade to the Boost plan, you can get unlimited thumbnail generations, unlimited keyword research, and a lot more. And it's only like $12 per month. And if you get the 12 months plan, it's like $6 or something. I have put a link in the description for Pikzels and VidIQ, so you can get it from there. And if you buy any of these paid plans, it's going to help me out with a small commission. In my honest opinion, I think ChatGPT offers great value for its price. You get access to GPTs, voice conversation, image generation, video generation, and a lot more. But when it comes to Faceswap creation, it does not seem right. It did not do a good job in doing the Faceswap. Also, the lack of 16:9 aspect ratio is a bummer for me. Both Pikzels and VidIQ have both of these features and they work completely fine there. Now, if you're looking for an all-in-one AI thumbnail maker that's designed specifically for making YouTube thumbnails, Pikzels is your best bet here. It's built for that purpose and it shows. VidIQ AI thumbnail maker is also a solid tool. It shines when it comes to features like trending videos, keyword suggestions, and other YouTube growth tools. However, it does fall short in areas like face swapping, which Pikzels definitely does it better. To be clear, ChatGPT and VidIQ are not thumbnail specific tools. They are more general purpose. Pikzels, on the other hand, is made solely for thumbnail creation, and it does the job extremely well. For the final rankings, I'm going to take all 3 of these tools and put it on a tier list. This is my personal preference, my personal opinion. So if you do not agree with it, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. So I'm going to put Pikzels in S tier. I think it's the best thumbnail generator out there. VidIQ in the A tier, simply because of the face swap feature and the way we can just move it around and it recreates the entire thumbnail. I really like that feature. C tier, ChatGPT. Even though it does great thumbnails, if you can work around with the resolution it creates in the 16:9 aspect ratio, it works great too. I really hope they fix the aspect ratio problem in it. Did this video help you figure out which one of these AI thumbnail maker fits your needs best? All the links are in the description for you to try them out, and if you do try them out, it may help me with a small commission. It helps to support the channel. Thanks for watching. On the right hand side, you can click on one of these videos. I have put Pikzels and VidIQ AI thumbnail maker tutorials there. So see you there and bye for now.